For more than 20 years, the Matrix saga has been one of the most influential pieces of entertainment media in the history of pop culture. Thousands of fans have been eagerly awaiting a continuation, and after several years of rumors and speculations, in 2020, the fourth installment in the Matrix saga finally went into production. So let's take a look at some of the information regarding this new film in the Matrix. Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Previously in Matrix Revolutions, Agent Smith was destroyed, Trinity had died, Neo accomplished his mission to save humanity but died in the process. Morpheus was at the city of Zion watching as the machines ceased their attack on the city, and the Architect and the Oracle celebrated their victory discussing the newly formed truce with the humans, a truce that would not last forever. For a long time, there were rumors about a reboot of the Matrix saga, a retelling of the same story with new characters and actors. But to everyone's surprise, it was confirmed that the new movie in the Matrix universe was not going to be a reboot, but a sequel, with Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss reprising their roles as Neo and Trinity, and with one of the Wachowski sisters returning to direct the film. The fourth installment will take place many years after Matrix Revolutions. There are leaked photographs and videos of Keanu and Carrie, Neo and Trinity, in front of what looks to be a library, and then riding away in a motorcycle. Neo is wearing an all-black attire, and now is sporting long hair and a beard, looking more like John Wick than the Chosen One. The Neo character is an allegory for Jesus Christ, so it could be argued that he is now more visually comparable to Christ. Maybe this movie is going to be more on the nose about that element. The leaked footage clearly shows that Neo does not have his powers. It is believed that he has no memories of what transpired in the previous films. He forgot who he was. We believe this to be true due to him being transported by motorcycle. We can see Neo and Trinity riding down the streets. There are also explosions, indicating that this film will be utilizing practical effects instead of all CGI. Neo apparently can no longer fly. Part of the leaked footage shows two people, supposedly Neo and Trinity, jumping off a tall building. In the first Matrix, there is the scene where Morpheus explains to Neo that gravity is an illusion, to teach him to free his mind. So Neo tries to jump from one building to another, but ends up falling. Apparently this scene will be recreated in Matrix 4, albeit a little different. But this time, it will be Trinity who tries to explain to Neo that gravity does not exist. We can see how Neo falls, but Trinity rescues him. Apparently she now has the ability to fly. An incredible revelation that Trinity may now have the abilities of the One instead of Neo. But how is this possible? Maybe the machines gave her the code of the Prime program. The movie does not yet have an official title, which has led many fans to speculate. But the unofficial, or code name of the project is Ice Cream. The official release date was May 21st, 2021, the same day as the premiere of Keanu's other movie, John Wick 4. But both have been postponed to 2022. Warner had to suspend the film shoot and fired several employees, who are now suing the company for breach of contract. As of the recording of this video, the filming on The Matrix 4 is set to resume in July, and will now open in theaters on April 1st, 2022. Now then, who will be returning, and what new faces are going to be seen in The Matrix? Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss are obviously in the film as Neo and Trinity, with Jada Pinkett Smith returning as Niobe and Lambert Wilson as the Merovingian. No other returning cast members have been confirmed as of this video. It is rumored that a young version of Morpheus will be in the film, played by actor Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, which could indicate that there will be flashback scenes in the film. There is even a theory of possible time traveling in the Matrix, not just to the far past, but to the events of the previous Matrix trilogy. Us here in Matrix Explained don't really agree with this possible approach, as it may result in overcomplicating the plot, similar to what happened in the Terminator film franchise, and creating paradoxes that rarely help the story, like in Avengers Endgame. What seems to be a good idea in concept ends up creating massive plot holes and questions that may never be answered. Now, to be fair, there is a slim chance that this could work. That is, if time travel in the Matrix does happen, but we still think it is a bad idea. But back to the casting. Just because some of the original actors have yet confirmed their return in Matrix 4, that does not mean that they won't be in the film at all. Characters such as Morpheus and Agent Smith could make a surprise appearance. In addition to Yahya Abdul, who else is new to the franchise? Jonathan Groff, the voice of Kristoff from Frozen, Jessica Henwick from Game of Thrones, Toby Unrumir from another Wachowski production, Sense8, and Neil Patrick Harris are just some of the new cast in Matrix 4. As of right now, only one new movie has been confirmed, but it is expected to be the first in a new trilogy. It will be the beginning of a new extended universe, with new animated films like Animatrix, video games like Enter the Matrix and Path of Neo, and maybe a new television series on Warner's new HBO Max streaming service. The script is written by Lana Wachowski. However, Lily Wachowski is not involved in the project. Some may take this as a bad thing, because both were responsible for the creation of this franchise. But Lily has always affirmed that the genius behind The Matrix has always been Lana. On Lana's part, she's publicly shown her gratitude and been given the opportunity to work again with her friends. A new Matrix movie has been in early pre-production at Warner Bros. For years, according to some insiders. The studio was looking for a new director for more than 2 years. They even approached Keanu Reeves with a deal to return as Neo. His popularity was again growing thanks to the John Wick movies. But the actor had mentioned in several interviews that he would return only if the Wachowskis were involved in the project. Yet earlier this year, Reeves and Lana Wachowski made a deal with the producers, and The Matrix 4 became a reality. The beginning of a new story, expected to expand its universe even further. Hopefully many of our questions will be answered, with many new ones taking their place. What new interesting philosophical concepts and characters will be introduced? Can they still surprise us with new action sequences and visual effects? We'll just have to wait and see. For Matrix Explained, please leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for visiting the Desert of the Real.